Man snaps after being force-fed human body parts.
God sometimes tells him to kill people. I don't think he's done it. I would hope anyways. He thought that people were going to take his kid and turn it into the Antichrist. They tell you he's a cannibal too.
I'm sorry? They thought he was?
No, he was.
He was. How do you know this?
Because he made me people.
When a man vanishes without a trace in Cortez, Colorado in February of 2008, investigators uncover a twisted tale of cults, devil worship, and cannibalism, hinting that their missing man may be a danger.
Did that say eat George?
Worship and cannibalism.
Oh, eat it, George.
Hinting that their missing man may be a dangerous figure with a horrifying past. As the investigation unfolds, detectives uncover a shocking twist about the suspect and their dark plots, but nothing prepares them for the revelation of the suspect's true motive.
You guys think I did it?
On April 28, 2008, Detective Cox with the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office responds to a missing persons report from a man named Jim about his brother, 41-year-old Jack Berry, who had not been seen since late February. Jack's mother, Sandra, reveals that his son, Jeremiah, confided in her with horrifying information. Detectives bring Jeremiah to the station, determined to uncover the truth about what really happened to his father, Jack. Little do they know their investigation will plunge them into a labyrinth of horrors and expose a shocking history. Any and all claims made by individual witnesses in this case have not been verified and represent only the opinions of those providing their personal accounts. The following footage has never been seen before.
Do you understand why you're here?
Because my dad's missing.
Yeah.
Supposedly missing.
Okay.
He's good at not being found.
Seems like a rough one. What gave you that
So
idea?
this isn't the first time anything like this has happened?
No.
Okay.
He does this all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to guess over the period of your life, how many times do you think this has happened? Where your dad's just kind of disappear up and disappear?
9 times. He always creates some kind of incident.
My dad's done that before. He's did it once.
And a lie to go with it. Like last time he said that he got lost in a canyon and couldn't find his way out, and then he broke his leg. I don't think that happened, but
Okay.
he'll just come up with things. And
Jeremiah's grandmother, Sandra, describes her son Jack as a paranoid schizophrenic who is severely delusional, adding that this is strictly her opinion and not an official diagnosis.
If you have any knowledge about why your dad's missing or anything like that, you should tell me now. Do you have any knowledge of why your dad's missing?
No.
Okay. Do you know where he's at right now?
Montana, I think. I don't know. So no.
So you believe him to be in Montana right now? What makes you believe that?
Because that's usually where he goes to kind of get away, and he has a cabin up in the woods up there,
Okay.
and he'll go and trap and stuff.
So he has a cabin in Montana?
Yeah.
What?
You
Wait,
ever been to his
what am I
cabin?
looking at? Wait, what is that?
Away, and he has a cabin up in the woods up there,
Okay.
and he'll go and trap and stuff.
So he has a cabin in Montana?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are traps for animals, I assume?
You ever been to his cabin in Montana?
No. Or I don't know if he had. See, I don't know.
Thank you,
'cause
Stasia.
I've been
The
there,
gifted
but
sub.
He tells me he has a cabin.
Okay. Do you believe him?
Yeah, because he likes the outdoors and the hunting and trapping. He taught me how to trap. So most likely, yeah. That, and he's also was talking about how he wanted to become not border control, a ranger or something up on the Canadian border.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about that for a while, but I don't know. He kind of just goes where he wants.
Okay. So, like we've kind of established, this probably isn't the first time anything like this has happened then, right?
No. This is the first time anybody's called and said that he was missing.
Okay. Why do you think somebody would call and say
I'm
he's
so
missing?
I have
confused.
no idea. The only person that would care would be my grandmother.
When Jeremiah's grandmother, Sandra, was interviewed, she admitted that it wasn't uncommon for Jack to frequently leave quickly without explanation. However, Jeremiah told her a different story than the one he told detectives, claiming his father left for Utah with an unknown woman. Sandra began to believe he wasn't telling the whole truth, her suspicion growing when Jeremiah ominously said he needed to tell her something. But if he did, she would not want him to visit her in Arizona. Sandra's statements hinted that Jeremiah knows
ADHD?
exactly.
Sorry, it was a slow start. Like, do you guys want to watch it at that slow pace? Bro's taking an hour to respond. It's like, where'd your dad go? Okay, well, is he missing? Montana or something. So your dad's missing? That's That's been the whole fucking video so far.
exactly what happened to Jack, leaving detectives with the challenging job of uncovering the whole truth.
Okay, do you know him to have any girlfriends, or is there anybody he would travel with that would come get him? Or
Yeah, but I don't know her name, so that really doesn't help.
have you ever seen her? Or
Yeah,
what's she look like?
she's from Utah. She's tall, skinny, got hair up to hair, black hair, and she has like a new Dodge Ram, and it's like a blue color. And I think that's the only person that I've ever seen him drive off with or go with. But he came back.
Where did you see that at?
That was when I was at the orchard.
The Orchard is the name given to a sprawling expanse of apple trees just north of the Ute Mountain Reservation in Colorado, where Jack had been living in his trailer. They would later search his trailer for clues to his disappearance, unaware of the strange and bizarre discoveries that would await them inside.
Oh, goody.
In the meantime, though Jeremiah doesn't know the name of the alleged girlfriend,
I like his pants. Jeans? He's wearing jeans.
his sister Rachel does.
Are they
She
apple
identifies
bottom?
her as Joey and shocks investigators with the claim that Jack killed both Joey and her son, Brandon. The startling allegation leaves investigators scrambling to locate Joey to confirm her safety. As Jeremiah continues, he suddenly turns the topic into a strange new direction.
He was trying to work at the Excelsior plant. He was trying to work there for a while, but then he started thinking that people were going to throw him into the machines and chop him up
Why would he think that?
because he's crazy.
When you say crazy, how do you mean?
So you're trying to tell me he was attempting to rage against the machine?
He hears voices. God talks to him.
Okay, what does God say to him?
Lots of things. God sometimes tells him to kill people. Done it, I hope anyways. And that God says that the government's after him, and so there's wires everywhere. He thinks like everybody's wearing wire, like
While these behaviors are concerning, they do little to explain where Jack may have gone, forcing the detective to bring the conversation back to his last known whereabouts.
You said earlier that you had last seen him in February. When was that in February again?
I really don't know.
Like what?
Approximately.
Like the 23rd.
So around the 23rd.
Is
last time you
Jeremiah
saw
or
him.
Jack
And
the
he was-
alleged cannibal?
Where at?
Jack, the
And
dad.
then he was going to go check on a job, and then he left, and then he came back, and then I was out with the sheep, and when I got back, he was gone, and
You haven't seen him
I
since?
haven't seen him.
So just over the course of one day, you saw him that morning, and then he was gone by that night. And how did you know he was gone? I mean, other than the fact that he wasn't physically there, did he take things with him or what?
No, but he had his.
It's the son,
or he
but
took his
also a
clothes and
victim?
stuff, but
I
his
assume
dog
he's a
left his dog
victim,
there.
but we'll
Would that
see.
be abnormal for him? Or?
Usually he comes back for his dogs, because usually he has hound dogs, and he'll leave them for a while, and then he comes back. This time he just hasn't come back, but it hasn't been that long. Usually he can be gone 3-4 months before he'll come and get his dogs.
Investigators would soon speak with 55-year-old Elizabeth, the owner of the orchard and a nearby business and residence referred to as the Dog Hotel. According to her statement, Jeremiah lived with her at the Dog Hotel, where they shared a room for approximately 6 months prior to Jack's disappearance.
Dog
She
hotel.
described Jack as a terrible person and a freeloader. She claimed he butchered her livestock, once roasting them whole.
1 second. Amy's calling me. Got to go grab my food, chat. We're watching a video about cannibalism, and I'm gonna eat some flesh. The silence is deafening. Your mom.
Over an open fire. Elizabeth recalls one harrowing incident in late 2007 where Jack went off the deep end, threatening to kill his daughter Rebecca, along with her husband and their children. Officers further note in the report that these violent threats led Elizabeth to consider shooting Jack. Whether she or someone else enacted this dark plan remains to be seen. For now,
should've
with
done
Jack still missing, the priority remains
Thank you,
locating
real
him
life
as quickly
Rachel,
as
for the
possible.
vibe.
You know, we're trying to figure out where he's at and why nobody seems to have heard from him for months now.
I don't know why he has a girlfriend.
So
No, I don't.
expand on that a little bit.
I just know he has a girlfriend, because that's always where he is making more kids.
According to Jeremiah's mother, Rita, Jack has as many as 13 children with his 4 former
What?
wives and girlfriends.
What?
The day that
Dude, that is absolutely unhinged that he considers him having a girlfriend is, yeah, he's going to make more children. Not that, he's in a relationship with a girl. No, yeah, he's going to go grab a woman and make more children. Jesus.
you went out to tend the sheep around February 23rd or so. Snow in the ground, what? So how did he hoof it out? Did he hoof it out of there on foot or?
No, somebody would have had to pick him up because there was snow. I'm thinking that lady.
Did he say, hey, I'm probably be gone shortly, somebody's coming to pick me up?
He doesn't say things like that. That's not his thing. He just up and leaves.
Kind of a spur of the moment thing?
Yeah. It's all of a sudden God tells him he needs to go somewhere else to do God's work, and he's gone.
As detectives begin probing for more
It's like the last video. I don't know what it is when it comes to mental breaks and religion.
information about Jeremiah's relationship with Jack, they'll soon uncover unsettling patterns of behavior that only begin to scratch the surface of a deeply disturbing past.
How was your relationship with your dad?
We get along.
Did you guys argue much or?
No. Because before that, I didn't really talk to him. I didn't see him.
You know, we throw the ball back and forth, eat human flesh together, you know, father and son kind of stuff. You get it.
Maybe 5 years before that. Because I lived with him in Colorado Springs, and then him and my stepmother got a divorce, and she left, and so then I came back with my mother. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're not enemies. Because he's really not a father. He just kind of comes and goes, and so it's kind of like an uncle.
So you don't have that fatherly attachment to him. So
I don't think any of us do.
does it hurt your feelings that he's just up and disappeared? Does it make you wonder? Or?
No, because I'm used to him doing this. Honestly, this isn't shocking at all. It's like he's always leaving.
So it doesn't make you feel bad?
No.
However, troubling statements from
Classic dad moment, right? Am I right, chat? Dad's leaving.
Jeremiah's mother, Rita, along with unsettling remarks from Jack's children, Rebecca and Josh, would soon point to a far more horrifying reason for their detachment.
Had you and your dad ever been, or did you know of your dad getting in fights and arguments with your family here in town?
Oh, yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
He got in a fight with my sister Rebecca because he told her that these Christian people paid her to wear a wire to record him. And then that same day, he got in a fight with her, and then when he came back, then he threatened to kill. He threatened to kill my mother, my brother Johnny, my sister Rachel, my nephews, and my sister Rebecca, and leave me and my brother Joshua.
The fact that he's talking like so like chill about how his dad's like, yeah, he was gonna kill all of us, and he's basically saying that he's gonna murder my whole family, and you know, just normal stuff.
Did you think he was serious about that?
Yes and no. It was more of a bluff. It was like he was just angry. That, and because he's crazy, he just goes off and leaves. And that's really when, after that, that's when he decided, I think that's when he left on this.
Whether or not he truly left remains to be seen. However, with the disturbing claims given to detectives by Jim and Sandra, the truth may turn out to be far more sinister.
When your dad threatened to kill your brothers and sisters and your mom, how'd that make you feel?
Trauma can make you numb to a lot. That's literally what I was saying. It's like the fact that he's so casual just proves how normal this shit is for him.
Did it make you mad?
Of course. I think it would make anybody mad, but it did make me mad, but I didn't think he was going to do it.
Let me ask you this, in your heart of hearts, would you believe that your dad would have killed them or could have killed them? Or?
No, I don't think he would have killed them. Maybe my mother, but not the kids, I don't think.
Why do you say your mom?
My dad hates my mother. My dad
Jesus.
cannot stand my mother. But because he says that she's a whore and that none of us are really his kids. So
Jesus
he thinks that I'm his
Christ.
kid and my brother Josh.
Jeremiah's mother, brother, and sister would each share deeply disturbing
Classic dads, am I right, chat?
allegations in their interviews with investigators. Jeremiah's mother, Rita, described a gut-wrenching history of violence at the hands of Jack, alleging that he would regularly beat and assault her, even while she was pregnant.
Yeah, we've kind of got a picture of who your dad is.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me ask you this. Did your dad ever abuse you kids?
Yeah.
Like how?
Physically, mentally, he abused almost all of us. Like, he would make fun of you and make fun of all of us, and he'd beat the crap out of all of us. Or no, actually, that's not true. He'd beat the other kids, but he would beat the crap out of me. But,
You worse than them.
yeah, usually. But that was also because I was the oldest and he was around me longer than that. Because when he left, most of the kids were still really young.
Josh
God, I hate how it's so depressing hearing how calm he is talking about this. And almost like he's like slightly excusing his father doing it. It's like, well, yeah, you know, I'm the oldest, so yeah, it makes sense. Like, it's so disgusting, like the mental shit he probably went through.
and Rachel would substantiate
And
these
physical shit, but
claims, adding that Rachel and Jeremiah had each experienced further, more appalling forms of violence from Jack. These terrifying allegations are only the beginning, as deeper, more chilling secrets from Jack's past continue clawing to the surface. Still, Jack remains missing, and despite the harrowing revelations, none of it points to what may have happened to him.
You described your dad several times as crazy as can be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that stuff runs in a family.
Believe me, I know.
Did any of that get over into you? I mean, do you have problems with anything, hearing voices or anything? How about his parents, his mother, his father? Were you one of them?
not a suck because someone comes to a rough bracket, does get something to talk about. You know what it is? It's a way of life as a kid, right? Like as a kid, you don't realize what's going on. It's just a way of life. That's just what it is. And you're used to it and you think it's normal. Like hell, back then, I thought everyone was dealing with the same shit I was dealing with. I thought everyone had the same experiences. Like I was like, oh, this is just what children deal with. This is what you have to do. And then when you get older, you're like, wow, that's trauma. That's trauma. That's pretty much how it works.
Them? having problems with
His
it.
father was crazy too.
According to Sandra, Jack's
Yeah,
father,
when you're younger,
Jack
it's just
Kiesling,
another day.
also known as
Yeah.
Reverend Whitehorse, had a bone-chilling history of violence. She claims he led a devil-worshipping cult in New Mexico near Silver City in 1986. Police did confirm there were unsubstantiated rumors of devil worship in the area in the 1980s, but no specific information regarding Kiesling or Reverend Whitehorse was found. The harrowing discoveries made in Jack's trailer at the orchard revealed that perhaps he was equally fascinated with dark energies, just like his father. Meanwhile, Jack's shocking history takes a dark and twisted turn, as Jeremiah's sudden admission brings horrifying new implications for their missing subject.
They tell me he's a cannibal too.
I'm sorry? They thought he was?
No, he was.
He was. How do you know this?
Because he made me eat people.
Who did he make you eat?
Dead Mexicans that were illegal.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And who killed them?
He did.
Where was this at?
All over the place. Colorado Springs, Arizona.
Dear Lord, man. Oh my God.
At what age were you when that was going on?
Before they put me in CPH, so. Like, I can remember from like 6 and onwards.
You actually saw him killing these people?
Yes, I think that.
Oh my. Oh Lord. This guy needs therapy. Holy fuck. Get him a goddamn therapist. Stat on the double. Holy shit.
I should help him.
How many would you estimate there were?
15.
13, you're pretty definite about that.
Yeah, 'cause I can remember him.
Josh, Jeremiah's younger brother, recalled seeing human arms and legs in the refrigerator as a child,
Oh
elaborating
my
on one
God.
horrifying incident in which he discovered a human hand with painted fingernails and a large diamond ring. What he says his dad did with the remains would be enough to ruin anyone's appetite. In Jack's trailer, demonic altars, rotting skulls, and scattered animal bones were discovered. Police would also search the Dog Hotel where Jeremiah resided. No clues pointed to what may have happened to Jack, but several deeply unsettling discoveries were made. In the bathroom and
Okay. I have one more wing left. I have to eat this. Hurry. I can't keep going. I gotta finish this. Okay.
investigators found a glass jar with a pill bottle suspended in a strange liquid. Within the bottle was a dark substance, which emitted an extremely foul odor when opened. The jar was seized by police, though the substance was never identified. Detectives also located several journals belonging to Jeremiah, its pages filled with unusual drawings, hinting that the familial fascination with the occult didn't end with Jack. Jeremiah's haunting desires and a grim sketch would later be found hidden among the pages, leaving investigators speechless.
When you say he tried to make you help, how did he try to make you help?
Like, cut him up. Because he was a meat cutter.
Oh
And he was
God.
teaching me how to cut him up so that it would be the most tender.
And he
Wow.
and he would force you to eat them as well. And were they all of these people Mexicans that were illegals, or was there other people involved too? Men, women, what?
Men, women, children,
Oh,
illegals.
According to Rita,
Oh.
Jack would admit to having a vile appetite and would joke about his fascination with a peculiar type of meat. She also told investigators he became especially paranoid around Mexicans, despite Rita being of Mexican heritage herself.
These people, what put y'all into a position to be able to have
I
them be
shouldn't
able
have
to kill
ate.
them and get away with
I
it
shouldn't have ate.
13 times?
I shouldn't have ate. I shouldn't
He
have.
was
I should have
he was
just
always
waited.
helping like homeless people. What? Because he was a meat cutter, he used to sell meat and give meat to different Mexican families.
Oh
That he would go
no.
down to Mexico a lot.
Oh God.
That and it's not that hard. You can tell when somebody doesn't have a green card, or at least that if they came from Mexico, he would take them.
How many do you know of in Colorado Springs? 2 Mexican males, both of them.
Yes.
Amid the distressing allegations of murder and cannibalism, police desperately searched for Joey, Jack's former girlfriend, whom Rita's children claimed their father murdered. Fortunately, she's located alive and well in Penrose, Colorado. Joey shared her own bizarre stories about Jack, including his claims of working for the CIA and killing people in Bosnia. Joey even recalled Jack saying he murdered his daughter's boyfriend and disposed of the body.
How long ago would that have been, those 2 guys?
97. Yeah,
You would have been how old then?
about 9, 10.
Oh,
And did he kill him in the house where you guys lived?
Yes, in the apartment.
And how would he go
so
about that?
young, dude. Oh my God. It doesn't even matter the
Or-
age,
or
but
he didn't
like,
kill him in the house.
Where would he kill him at?
I had no idea where he would kill him. I didn't go with him. He would kill him and he would have him in the back of his truck, and then he would take him inside the house, and that's where he would chop him up.
In another chilling account, Joey described Jack bringing home meat wrapped in white butcher paper, which tasted very different and bad. Although Jack told her the meat was buffalo,
Oh!
Joey remained suspicious of its true nature.
And that's
oh
why
God.
for like 6 years I didn't eat meat at all, because I didn't even want to be around the side of meat.
So when you would bring them into the house, they were already deceased.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a big, it's a lot of work I would think, to handle a body like that. Where would you store them? How would that work?
A lot of the times they'd already be chopped up into sections. And then I'd have to go and help him carry it in.
So you'd have you help him bring it into the house?
Oh, I hate this. Why'd you
And then
guys
what
make
would
me
you
watch this?
We chop them up and put them in the freezer.
It's your guys' fault, not mine. I didn't pick it.
And is that what you guys use
It wasn't
to
me.
sustain yourselves off of?
When my mom wasn't around, yes.
Despite the
I
troubling
blame chat.
testimonies of violence, murder,
I blame
cult
chat.
activity, and cannibalism, none of what they've heard so far explains or provides any clues why Jack suddenly vanished without a trace, or where he may be. However, the detectives appear to have their own theory, but their subtle hints will not go unnoticed by Jeremiah.
As you can see, I'm kind of old, you know. But I've worked quite a few missing person cases, and most of them the people turn up somewhere later on just fine. But a couple of occasions, they weren't fine. Some bad things had happened to them. Okay, they were dead. And I have no knowledge that this is the case here, but I'm going to give you a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
If your dad's missing and somebody did kill him, what kind of punishment do you think that person should get?
I mean, dude, this guy has every right to kill his dad. Every right. Like this kid has every right to kill his dad. Like I don't give a fuck, dude.
I don't know how to answer that question.
What do you think would be fair punishment for someone that killed your dad?
Not as what he did to them.
So what would make it okay?
It wouldn't make it okay, but
Do you think that if someone went out and intentionally killed him, they should deserve a second chance?
no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anybody killing him. If that's okay. If somebody was to kill him, yeah, I think they deserve a second chance.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
From everything I've heard so far, your dad wasn't a big part of your life, kind of left your mom, all your brothers and sisters kind of on your own trying to fend for yourselves.
Mhm.
And be honest with me.
Okay.
Did you ever think, deep down somewhere, you know what? I'd just like to give him what he deserves.
I think everybody thinks that at one time or another.
About your father?
Dude, if it comes out where he actually kills his dad, just let him go. Get him therapy and just let him go. Like, bro, no. Like, if he actually kills his dad, fuck it. Let him go. Get him therapy.
No,
Their own fathers in general.
about people in general. About my father, yeah, I thought that. But would I act upon it? No.
As detectives circle back to an earlier admission by Jeremiah, he begins to suspect that there may be a reason for their targeted questions.
Like Detective Ellis here, I've done this for a long time.
Kind of hope he killed his dad. I'm rooting for him.
Here's been my experience. If you got a guy, kind of like your dad, in and out, here and there, kind of sporadic through your life, and he's abusing his kids physically and mentally, probably abusing them in other ways too. Did that go on in your household?
You guys think I did it?
No, look.
Well, he has this twitching thing to the eye.
I have a twitching thing all over my face.
No, it's not just that. And then you said my grandmother. Yes, he abused.
What makes you think that would make us think that you were doing it though? Just those few things.
No, just because the questions that you've been asking are interesting questions.
Well, that's because they send us to school to teach us how to ask these interesting questions. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're thinking one way or the other just at this point. If there's something that you need to tell us or you want to tell us like that, we'd sure be glad to hear it. But
There's nothing I would like to tell you.
What Jeremiah has yet to realize is the detectives are aware of much more than they're letting on. When Jim first contacted detectives about his missing brother, his suspicion that Jeremiah was involved in Jack's disappearance was not simply based on a hunch, but on a horrifying confession by Jeremiah that would soon transform this missing persons case into a full-blown nightmare.
if there's something you know about this, now's the time to tell us, because if there's something that's happened, we can work through that. So that's why
if they lock him up, we ride at dawn. Dude, if they do not give him at least a little bit of leniency, I'm going to lose it. Like, this dude had literally nothing he could do. As a child, his dad killed people in front of him and made him chop them up. Like, how do you not want to murder that guy? Like, who wouldn't? Who the fuck wouldn't murder that guy?
You right up front, because you're not dumb. You can see, yeah, I would be suspect. I'm one of the last people to see it. So
yeah, it's just the energy you're putting off is making me feel like. At first it didn't. Actually, at first it kind of did, but towards the end, it's the end. Like,
Here's what I'm trying to figure out is what happened to you then. If it ends up him just wandering off somewhere with somebody, so be it.
most likely.
If it's more than that, I'm gonna find that out. Because here's the deal with things like this.
Okay.
Whether it was just him wandering off, or whether it was something else, we'll find out.
our investigation will not end until we know the answer about where he's at.
The detectives leave the room to discuss everything Jeremiah has told them so far. When they return, their attitude toward Jeremiah takes a noticeable turn.
Okay, at this point, I believe that you know more about what happened to your dad than what you're telling me right now.
Okay.
Okay, and what you told us up to this point. A couple of the things I want to clarify with you is this. When we were at your house, I asked you when was the last time you saw your dad. Okay, and you told me on February 19th. Now all of a sudden it's the 23rd. Okay, when was the last time, Jeremiah, that you saw your dad?
You're asking somebody who doesn't keep track of dates and time. Let's go with the 20th.
Okay, Jeremiah, do you have any knowledge about what happened to your dad?
No, I don't.
Okay, why would somebody say that you did?
Who said this?
Oh, man.
According to reports, his grandmother Sandra was reluctant to believe Jeremiah's admission, as he had a history of being dishonest. But when he asked her if she wanted Jack's wallet, later discovered in Jeremiah's backpack, the possibility he was telling the truth became frighteningly real. With pressure mounting on Jeremiah, the detective finally forces him to confront what really happened to his father.
Here's what I think. I think that your dad abused you and your siblings for a long, long time. Okay? I think that you were mad, and I think you were angry, and I think that he put you in a situation where you had to make a life and death decision. Is that what happened?
I swear to God, dude.
What did my grandmother say?
Why would your grandma say anything?
Because.
What'd you tell your grandma?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Okay, here's where we're at, Jeremy.
Did he put you in a situation like that where you had to make a decision?
Yes.
And what was the ultimate result of that?
What you guys think?
What do we think, Jeremiah?
Yeah.
Are you saying you killed your dad?
Yes.
How did you kill your dad, Jeremiah?
I shot him
Good!
Where'd you shoot him at?
in the head.
Good!
At what location?
He deserves it!
Out in the woods.
Jeremiah's startling confession is only the beginning of the nightmare, as his jaw-dropping motivations for pulling the trigger, as well as what he did with his father's body, have yet to be revealed.
Okay, please don't ruin this. I'm rooting for you, buddy. I'm rooting for you. You had a horrible life, a horrible father. You killed him. Just don't do anything to make it. Just leave it at that. Come on.
Where was the gun, or how did that come into play?
He had the gun.
Okay, how'd you get that from?
When he went down and he put his stuff down, he went to go to the bathroom and I went and I grabbed it from his jacket pocket.
So it was a pistol?
Okay, but did you shoot him in the back of the head?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
You said in the forehead earlier. Was it the back of the
No, it was the back of the head.
The back of the head.
Yeah.
While it's possible that Jeremiah simply misspoke, this isn't the only odd thing about his confession. According to his grandmother Sandra, Jeremiah confessed to shooting his father with a rifle, not a pistol, and that the shot was aimed at his father's forehead, not in the back.
Can you describe what happened after that? I know it's kind of tough, but we kind of need these details as well.
Like what?
Where did you put the gun? Where's the gun at now? Where is he at? Things like that.
The gun I threw into the river.
Do it for
I remember in Durango.
Where at? Where were you at when you threw
I don't think murder is ever condolable, Pig. Debatable.
the gun in the river?
It's a park.
Jeremiah's journals recovered from the dog hotel contain
I not gonna lie, chat. I hate the whole, forgiveness bullshit. I like whenever I like hear a case of like someone murdering someone's entire family, and then I see someone's like, I forgive you, like fuck that shit, man. I hate that shit. It's like a disrespect to everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. There are some instances, yeah, forgiveness does work out, but like in situations like this, nah.
contained a detailed sketch that
Like the man who murdered 13 illegal immigrants and made his own son chop up the body and force fed him human remains. Yeah, I think it's okay for the son to murder him.
appeared to be a dismembered body. Several pages also reveal sketches of satanic drawings. One page eerily contains the words, "Kill him," and "I will do what is necessary for my survival."
And then I got rid of the body.
How did you get rid of the body, Jeremiah? Listen to me, Jeremiah. This is the more honest you are right now, and give us the details, okay? The better it's going to be for you. I promise you that.
How do we do that?
Here's what we do know, Jeremiah. Your dad was a rotten dad, okay?
Uh-huh.
And he didn't do right by you and your siblings, okay? That we do know that. We know that the hell that he put you kids through, okay? That's what we figured out. We need to get this ironed out. I promise you it'll be better for you in the long run.
Right.
Okay, so you shot your dad, and then what happened?
Oh man,
Nothing
so
could
rough.
prepare detectives for Jeremiah's horrifying answer.
I mean, he obviously cut him up. I don't know if he ate him, but he definitely cut him up.
I chopped him up
With what?
with knives and hatchet, and then I disposed of part of his body, and then I disposed of another part,
Disposed of what?
the torso,
Where at?
on the reservation.
Jeremiah next describes the gruesome process with which he dismembered his own father. He brutally stabbed the severed hands over 190 times before placing the remains in separate buckets filled with cement.
Yeah, that is some deep ingrained anger. 190 times.
Amidst of burning the bones, leaving what little remained of Jack to the wild coyotes on the Ute Reservation. These beg the question, did Jeremiah plan his father's murder, or did Jack do something to Jeremiah that finally made him snap? For now, investigators focus on recovering Jack's body, or what's left of it.
So that bucket,
I hope he
where's
gets
it at?
help.
The dock
Yeah,
hotel?
In the
definitely.
storeroom.
In the storeroom?
Yes, but nobody knows it's there.
2 large plastic buckets would later be located in the storage room of the Dog Hotel. An X-ray would reveal the bones of hands and feet encased in concrete, as well as a skull with a bullet still lodged inside the front of the forehead, despite Jeremiah's earlier insistence that the shot was taken from behind. This leaves investigators to wonder if Jeremiah is simply forgetting the details of a traumatizing murder, or is there something else he's hiding?
Does anybody else know about what happened that night?
I just told my mom and my grandmother.
Did they believe you right off the bat or no?
Yeah.
They did.
I can imagine.
Yeah, 'cause I don't lie. Why would I? I don't, especially to my mother and my grandmother. Don't see how she's helping me enough.
The axe and the knife that you used to chop him up, where are those items at?
They're in the river too.
Crazy that self-defense from years of torture must be defended with, oh, I was put in a bad position, like this whole life was a bunch of horrible situations. Yeah, that's what sucks, is that the self-defense should be taken back, you know, like it shouldn't be within the moment in a situation like this. It should be, oh, I have years and years and years of horrific, terrible trauma that no human should ever have to live through. You know, that should be the self-defense of it.
In the river too. How did you transport his torso out there
But
to?
in the eyes of the law, if nothing happened in that very moment, then self-defense won't matter. You know what I mean?
Where you described out near the reservation, or is it really there?
Yeah, it's really there with his truck.
And his truck is out there also?
No.
Oh, you transported it with his truck.
Yeah.
Is that the truck that was out here at the house?
Yeah.
One in the barn?
Yeah.
An aerial search of the canyon where Jeremiah claimed to have committed the horrific act was unable to locate any evidence. Jeremiah later led detectives to a location where he said he'd left some of his father's remains, but all that was found was an empty trash bag. According to the police report, investigators felt Jeremiah was intentionally misleading them, as he didn't want his father's remains brought back together. They noted he demonstrated an obvious fear of his father coming back to life through the use of black magic. Jeremiah's
Yeah, I mean, his dad fucking brainwashed him with all this nonsense. I wouldn't be surprised if he felt that
shocking
way.
treatment of Jack's remains leaves investigators grappling to understand his motive, though nothing could have prepared them for what they would soon learn. As for the orchard owner, Elizabeth, though she admitted to considering shooting Jack in the past, she was out of town in Boulder, Colorado around the time of Jack's murder, clearing her as a suspect in his homicide. With no proof to support a theory that someone may have helped Jeremiah, and with potential other suspects cleared of any involvement, the detectives worked to identify what could have possibly pushed Jeremiah over the edge.
What happened that got you to the point that you felt that that's what you had to do?
I cried. It's not one problem.
You know what, Jeremiah, it's emotional, man. It's okay.
If you need to.
If you need to, cry.
We cry too, buddy. If you need to, you take care of it.
Yeah.
He told me that God told him.
It's okay.
God told him.
God told him that I was supposed to have a sex change so that way I could be his like wife.
What? 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 Yeah, bro should be acquitted. Like, what? What?
What the hell are you talking about?
I got no words. Wow.
What the hell are you talking?
Because he wasn't supposed to sleep with women. Because he wasn't supposed to have any more children. Because he thought that people were going to take his kid and turn it into the Antichrist.
The night that this occurred was a date night. And
Wow.
he actually raped you that night as well.
Yes.
Dude, this guy can't catch a fucking break, man. Jeremiah cannot catch a fucking break, dude. Are you kidding me? Well, at least the self-defense is going to work now. My God.
So after he's finished, he puts his stuff down, you get the pistol, and you shot him.
Though investigators visited the river where Jeremiah claimed to have thrown the knives, hatchet, and firearm, their efforts to locate the evidence were thwarted by the river's intense current. Despite inconsistencies throughout Jeremiah's story, such as the location of the bullet wound and the type of firearm he used to commit the act, the reasons for such strange inaccuracies would never come to light. However, one final entry from Jeremiah's journal would expose a disturbing admission about his twisted relationship with his father. In it, he acknowledges the horrors of what happened, writing, "I have to live with the consequences." As the interrogation ends, Jeremiah wants to make one last thing crystal clear.
I just want to tell you, nobody else knew about it at all.
Just your grandma and mom.
Yeah. No, but like, nobody helped me do any of it. It was just me.
Police reports confirmed that only the hands, feet,
And you could tell, like, he's like a good guy at heart. Just by saying that at the end.
head of Jack Berry have ever been recovered from his dismembered body. On March 29, 2008, 20-year-old Jeremiah Raymond Berry was arrested and taken to the Montezuma County Jail, facing a charge of second-degree murder.
Please.
His bond was set at $500,000. On August 6, 2009, he initially entered a plea of not guilty by reason of
Please.
insanity, but was later found competent to stand trial.
Please.
He ultimately pleaded guilty to 1 count of reckless manslaughter and 1 count of felony menacing, and was subsequently sentenced to 3 years in jail, with 443 days time served, and an intensive probation lasting 141.
Let's go! Only 3 years. Let's go! Thank God, bro. I was so scared. I was so scared for a second. Yeah, it's only 3. Thank God. Whew.
1 months. On March 2, 2012, after his release, Jeremiah died of an unconfirmed cause at the age of 24. No one besides Jeremiah was ever implicated.
Bro can't catch a fucking break, man. He didn't even get to live his life. Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, what is that shit? I thought it was gonna end with, and now he's living happily with a wife and kids. No, he's fucking dead. God. At least he killed his father. I mean, at least he destroyed that fucking demon who was apparently getting away with murder for many years. Wow. How did he die? Unknown death. Unknown disease.
Jeremiah died of an unconfirmed cause at the age of 24.
Unconfirmed cause, which is very suspicious.
No one besides Jeremiah was ever implicated in the murder and dismemberment of Jack Berry.